Hello, welcome back to another exciting session. I'm your host Mahesh Karya. You're watching me on YouTube now, and today we are going to learn the bash scripting or shell scripting, you can say. So you have to have few things available inside your system. First of all, the setup, Windows, Mac or Linux, anything that you are working on right now. A simple notepad, a terminal or command prompt, and WSL if possible. Means if we are on Windows, then it will be better if you use git bash or WSL, so you will better understand how Linux commands works on both the platform Windows plus Linux. Otherwise it's okay. So we'll start from the basic file, which will be a simple text file that you have to create and name it whatever it may be, like test.sh. sh is an extension for shell scripting. That's it, finished. So okay, and once you get this, you have to have editor available if possible. It's okay if you don't have editor, just I'm using editor for syntax highlighting, and that's it, finished, nothing else. So the basic commands we'll go through. Before that, let's open the terminal, any terminal. This is my git bash, so let's try to open another. I'm not sure why I'm not getting the option, but let's go with PowerShell as well. So this is PowerShell for Windows users. You have to use this PowerShell, and here I am using git bash for Linux users. We'll use git bash, so we'll understand both the things very well. So we'll try to run. Why this is not opening? Okay, it's running already. So yeah, first of all I'll change the directory to desktop. Okay, here as well in git bash. After that we'll go through the basic commands like echo hello world. Generally we use shell scripting for automation. Hello world, that's it, finish. And once you run this command, that is bash space name of your file.sh. okay, and in Windows we use bash, and in Linux we use sh, test.sh, so like that. So yeah, it will print simply hello world. This is just a hello world program, and there are simple files like if I hit ls means list. Okay, so you can directly hit ls here as well and ls here as well. Okay, in Windows we generally use dir command to see the list of files in directory, and ls for also list. If you want to see the hidden files, we use generally ls-a, so it will display the hidden files as well. And there are lots of commands with ls with lots of attributes, but these are the basic things that we have to know. After that you can use, if I want to create something file, so I'll use a touch file name like index.js I want to create, so like this. And if I hit this bash again, so it will automatically create a index.js for you, but it's not, we are not getting over here. Let's see, let's comment this out and let's, okay, it's created, but ls we have used before the touch, means it's created after we printed ls. So if I print this once again, or I hit simply ls over here as well, so we'll get index.js over here. So this is empty file. On desktop as well you can see the index.js is created through your file. So this is for file creation. If you want to move this file, rename this file, so we use mv command to move from one location to another location, like index.js to index1.js. let's try this. And after that if I hit ls, okay, and before also we'll use ls, so it will display. Before that it was an index, and after that it was a index1.js. so this command we use to move from one location to another. After that we'll use a copy command like cp. We use cp for copy of index1.js to index2.js. So we'll be having two files, index1 and index2 as well. So let's try this out. So yeah, you can see now there are two files, index1 and index2. So okay, and if I go again, if we'll try something new. Now we have learned how to copy files, how to move files. Now we'll learn how to create directories. This is very beginner friendly video, so I'll try my best to for creating a directories we use mkdir, like your folder name, like demo1. You can create many folder names as well at the same time in single line with space separated. So yeah, it's showing nothing, but it's already created. If I hit ls and if I comment this out, you can see there is demo as well. Demo1 is a folder already there inside desktop. You can see here demo is created, this one, demo1, sorry. So if I want to create, first of all we'll try to remove directory. So for remove we don't use rm for removing the file. Okay, so we'll remove the index2.js. okay, we'll remove the index1.js as well, and these two files I want to remove. So I'll use rm over in front of your files simply. So if we hit bash, so it's gone. But if now we can see, if I hit ls over here, you can see there is no index and index1 and index2.js over here. So it's for removing. So rm for remove, ls for list, cp for copy, mv for move. That's it, finish. And now we can remove folder by rm space rf for removing the folder and your folder name, like demo1 or whatever it may be. And then we hit ls, then you can see ls over here as well. And if I go here and I hit bash, so you can see demo1 is gone. rf will also remove the internal files of your demo folder, demo1 folder. So this is it, I guess, for basic commands. Now we can proceed to loops and other things. So yeah, we can proceed. So cat is also a good command. If I create something like echo, if you wanna write something, if you are working on your Windows and somehow the touch command is not working inside your system, like this, touch command is not working, okay, and in ls you can't find but touch command will work on Linux always, okay. So there is no index.js file, so I'll create a index.js by this command, echo empty, this is empty, and name your file index.js like this. So it will automatically create a index.js. oh, you can see over here as well, index.js. So yeah, it's created. And if I hit rm again, if you don't know the name of file, you know something like in ind something. So if you know the basic starting characters as well, so you can simply hit star. So it will remove all the files that will start from ind, okay, ind. So there is only one file. So now you can see all the ind stuff is deleted, no matter whatever it may be. So make sure to use star. Like for changing directory as well, I use, like I want to move from desktop to back folder, and now I want to move to desktop, but I don't know the name of folder. Then in that case I'll use desk star, hit enter like this, okay. So yeah, if there are multiple folders related to d and star, it will return the error, like there are lots of folders. So you have to be very specific, like documents and desktop is also there, which is started with de. Okay, d, from d there is only one folder. It's working like that. So now we'll go through the for loop, okay. Cat is remaining. So now I'm going to write echo something like console.log, and in console.log I'll simply write a hello world, okay. This is hello world program just, and I want to see what is inside hello world. So I'll use cat command, cat space the name of file, index.js. Okay, index.js is not there, so I'll write this thing inside index.js like this. Okay, let's see how it works. So if I hit the command again, my what we can say, bash test, so you can see the cat command we use to display the to read the file. Okay, if you hit the -b as well, there is -b command as well, and it will show the numbers as well, like one line numbers you can say. So this is also better if you use cat command. Rarely we use cat commands, not always, but yeah, now we can proceed with for loop. So for I in 1 2 3 4 5 space separated, make sure, so it will loop through the for. Okay, and make sure we use do and then. Okay, do and done, not then. Okay, do and done, and here we will write echo $I. Okay, this is very important. This is how we use variables over here, which is preceded by dollar symbol, and this is the symbol. Okay, that's it, finish. So let's try to run this over here. That okay, so sh space test.sh, there is command as well, like sh plus x test.sh, like something. Okay, so it will display the number, all the numbers, okay, from 1 2 3 4 5, okay, which is present over here. Now imagine if you wanna print from 1 to 10. In that case, what we will do, we'll use simply dot dot space the ending number, the starting numbers, dot dot space ending number. Now we can see here, if I hit again, so it will print from 1 to 10. Okay, so make sure if you are using a for loop, use like this. If you want to print from 1 to 20 but with the gap of 2, okay, so you can define the gap over here as well, like 2, so it will increment by 2 after each iteration. So yeah, 1 3 5 7 9, so 1 plus 2 3, 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 7, like this it's incrementing 1 to 10. Okay, so yeah, this is it. Now we can use if as well. So here, if I'm using if, so make sure the syntax of if is little bit the space matters here, like don't it won't work like if you don't use a proper spacing over here. So if $I is eq means equal to, we don't use here like these symbols, we use eq, less than lt, greater than gt, gte, lte for less than equal to, eq, ne for not equal to, like this. So this is not that bad, this is good as well. So yeah, but the only thing that we have to take care of, like we are displaying numbers from 1 to 10, and in that case if I wanna compare, if I is equal to 2, then we'll print equi. Okay, so we have to use then. Make sure if you are using if, then we have to use then, and after then you have to close this by fi. Okay, this is very important. This is the syntax of if. Okay, this is syntax of for. Now if I hit bash, so it will display only 2. Okay, why? Because it will compare. If it is equal to 2, then it will display. Let's try something else. Less than. Okay, less than means 1 and 2, so it will work like 1 and 2. So 1, okay, less than 2 means 1, of course. Let's try less than equal to. I haven't tried that. It won't work, I guess. le, less than equal to, I'm not sure about less than equal to. Let's try. Yeah, it will work like less than equal to le. eq, less than eq, greater than gt. So let's try gt for greater than. It will work like from 3 to 10. Yeah, it's working like this. So yeah, this is for loop and if loop. Now we can proceed to while and until loop. So we'll learn until loop before while loop. Okay, so it will be easy. Until your variable, any variable you can prefer, like $a. We'll define $a, and which is greater than 10 until it is greater than 10. Okay, and a equal to 0, we can say. Okay, then do and done we know, which is common in looping. If you are using loops, it will be common. And we will use echo $a, and in here we'll use a increment. The increment thing is little tricky over here, like a expr and space your $a plus 1, like this. So make sure this is for incrementing, we'll use like this, and that's it. So hit enter, let's try this out. If I hit this, okay, I'll get this error because we are using a situation where it will start from 0, okay, and it will go until it's not equal to 10. So this is not happening. But if I use while over here, and if I close this, it won't print anything. I'll use LT. While and until is very similar. So yeah, LT is not working because unary operator. So we are missing something over here. Let's see what we are missing. LT -LT, line number 33, while everything is perfect, I guess. There is nothing wrong. This is +1, sorry. Okay, this is printing. Now if I use GT, let's try GT this time, and if I hit, it won't work because it's not satisfying the condition. So we can use until this time. It will work with until. So until and unless it will get 10, it will work, it will increment. Okay, so yeah, this is the thing how it works. It works opposite, like if I use while over here, so I have to change the condition to LT, then it will print the same result. Okay, less than 1. So yeah, this is it. This is the while and until loop that you can perform the operation based on the top of. And now we can proceed to date is also there, which is, I'm not sure, but let's try this. Okay, and date will be like, we'll use a simple D, capital D. Okay, and in echo we'll print date is date, nothing else. Date is $, make sure to use $, so it will print a date. Let's try this out. So date is date, so make sure to use backticks. Okay, that's the one thing. And yeah, it's showing. So date is Thursday, May 20, this is the time. So yeah, this is how it works, the date. So you can use it according to your choice. We can use function as well. There are you can define function. If I want to make function name is test, and I'll wrap this thing inside the function, then I just need to call this function. So here I'll call this function, name it just test, nothing else, finish. And if I hit this, so yeah, you can see I just wrap this thing inside a function, so you can write this thing. But shell scripting is not limited to this basic operation. There are tons of possibilities, like for complete automation. Now I'm going to tell you, yeah, before that there are few tricks that I have to tell you. Like I'm going to use a color, there are color codes as well. So you have to remember this, or you can grab this from anywhere, like 033 then 0 comma 31 m, sorry, amp. So this is the color of red, you can say. Or I don't need to use backtick this time. So this is the color of green, sorry, red. And if I paste this over 1 2 3 4 5, okay, so there is 0m as well, okay. There is one more thing, 32 as well, 32 33 34 35, there is 36 and 37 as well, I guess. 36 and 37 as well, okay. You can create your own CLI as well. This is very good thing actually. And if I use printf this time, and if I use dollar, and inside here I'll use a red, okay. These are the color we have to name it. This is red, this is NC, this is might be green, okay, and this is 33 is I guess orange. After orange, I guess blue, purple, blue, purple, and the last one is I guess light gray, something light gray. So these are the color codes that we generally use to make CLIs, okay. Now I'll use echo over here. So now you can see guys, and I'm hitting this thing. So yeah, if you wanna create a software based on CLI, or you are working on any Node.js application, simply do this thing, okay. Now I'll call. So now you can see unable to initialize the device PRN. Let's see, there is printf, not print, make sure, okay. And if I hit this thing, so yeah, this is right. Now if I wanna create a software, I'll do like this. I'll make this thing, then I'll might change color over here after this thing, okay. After that I'll again use this thing before ending, and this time I'll change color to green, might be, okay. And okay, this is it, and let's try this out. Yeah, this is how it's looking. Now we'll proceed to something else. Like imagine if you are working on any project will contain a file, okay, like touch. There are lots of things, switch cases, you can define options over here, like choose from, okay, if you get this thing, and there are a bunch of other stuff. But I'm going to tell you the main thing, that why we use shell scripting. So if I'm making this touch.index.js, okay, I'm going to code index.js. It will open this thing in same here. Now imagine there is a hello world, okay, and you are creating some kind of any Python page or anything, you are writing code like this, okay. Const express equal to require. This is the boilerplate for Node.js. I'm just making this to tell you how I can express, okay. And app dot get something req comma res, and I'll simply return something like res dot send hello world, okay. Hello world, that's it. App dot listen, and port number whatever it may be, 3000, That's it, finished. Just simple example. So this is the boilerplate for running server in Node.js. Okay, it will display hello world inside browser. I'm not going to tell you everything, but this is the simple code. And imagine this is your complete project here somewhere, and you wanna make some changes in file from your terminal. Okay, so we generally use sed command, sed space hyphen I space double quotation, okay, s slash and name it. What is it? Hello. You wanna replace something, hello world, wo hello world, okay. And instead of hello world you will ask for user. What you wanna display, okay, what do you wanna display, and after that you will simply read that variable, display variable, okay. And after that you will simply return this thing here. Hence you'll display here somewhere, okay. And then you can use -g to replace from everywhere, and the name of your file and the path of your file, index.js. This is a simple trick, the basic thing, okay. So let's try this out. So it's okay, code index.js, sorry, I have to use command s. So what do you wanna display? I wanna display hello Mahesh, okay. And this file is open here, hello Mahesh, I wanna display, hit enter. Yeah, it's gone. And imagine there are tons of files with tons of things, so you can simply change all occurrences to hello world again, okay. And if I hit this thing again, what do you wanna display? Nothing. So yeah, it's gone. So you can operate, this is just a basic example, but imagine you have models, routes and tons of files. So you can create your boilerplates, okay. And you can name it like something, if you have a class user, okay. If you wanna do something, so you can use it like for many purpose. You can provide a plenty of option over here. What you wanna create, module, then you can automatically copy the boilerplate to somewhere else. You can use cp command for that. So I have made lots of CLIs based on these simple commands. And so that's it guys, this is for today's video. So thank you very much all of you guys for being with me, supporting me all the time. If you like this video, then please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and please let me know inside comment box what you want from my side. I'll make the videos. Thank you so much, have a good day, bye bye.